65-35 chance Alexander Pereira wins. Usually I don't do fights when I think it's so lopsided. Do I believe Khalil Rountree has a chance to win? Yes, I do. I definitely do. However, I don't think he will win. Why? Pereira has seen everything Khalil Rountree brings to the table. For those of you who are not hardcore fans watching MMA all the time, let me tell you a little bit about Khalil Rountree. He's a very classic style Muay Thai fighter. Very classic. He's a power punching southpaw. Mostly 90% of his fighting is southpaw. More than that. He's a hard puncher. He has an incredible, powerful left hand. He can get things done. He's a powerful kicker. He has a fantastic Muay Thai style clinch with knees. He has good elbows as well, but he's mostly about the kicking, the punching, the kneeing, the classic Muay Thai style. And he's never attempted a single takedown in his UFC career. I went through his fights. I could tell you, I don't recall him doing one single takedown. Not one. Maybe a trip, like a Muay Thai trip a little bit, but he's not trying to get guys to the ground. He's not going to try to shoot on Pereira. He's never won via submission. Let me double check that stat. Okay, I'm going to double check his topology real quick here. But I don't think he's ever won with a submission in his entire career. Definitely not in UFC, but I don't think in his entire career he's ever put on a submission. He's a classic Muay Thai fighter. Let me see here. How many submissions does he have here? 0 wins by submission, 1 submission loss, 9 wins by KO, 4 wins by decision. Guys, he has never done a submission. He's not looking to take Pereira down. I predict it's more likely Pereira takes Rountree down than Rountree taking down Pereira. It's not going to happen, guys. He's not going to shoot, no matter how bad it gets. Rountree is a gunslinger. He's a gunslinger. That's all he does. He shoots, he punches, When I say shoot, I mean like he fires away, he fires shots. He doesn't try takedowns. Now, Pereira has gotten some takedowns. He took down Adesanya, a very difficult man to take down. He took down Adesanya and held him down quite successfully as well. So I would say Pereira will probably out-wrestle him. Now, what does Rountree bring to the table? He's got incredible power, incredible athlete, incredibly powerful left hand, good kicks. However, Pereira's got that left hook. That left hook is more unique, more special. Pereira's taller, longer range. Muay Thai, more seasoned, guys. That's the way I see it. He's just more seasoned, more tried and true. He's beat bigger names. Pereira has been through more 5-round fights, at bigger fights, more legendary opponents, cleaner record. I predict that Pereira can win this fight handedly. So I'm giving a 65-35. I usually don't cover fights when I think they're this lopsided. But I was doing the show today and I was like, you know what? Let's chat. Who knows? Maybe some people out there believe that Rountree can do it. Okay, guys, with that said, I want to say, guys, remember, go to jujiclub.com. Check out promo code level up 50 off. Use the promo code in the description. It's on the bottom of your screen. Don't miss out on the promo code. I just released front headlock, advanced basics front headlock, guys. Simplified. Super powerful video. I teach you how to catch somebody in a submission from front headlock, how to take their back, how to take them down if they stand up on their feet, how to take them down, how to get them down to the ground. The best maneuvers from front headlock are covered in detail in my latest release, guys. It's going to be released in just a few hours. Check it out. It will be released very shortly. Okay, guys, give me your updates on. Give me your thoughts on Pereira and Khalil Rountree. How did the UFC put up such a matchup? A one-sided, lopsided matchup for the main event. That's also very curious. 65-35 is generous. That's from Illuminate MMA. Yes, it is. It's very generous. I think it's maybe more like 80-20. But I'll tell you something. Khalil Rountree is dangerous, man. He's a hard hitter. He beat Gokhan Saki. He's floored guys. He's completely annihilated people. Now, he's been knocked out. That's why I think Pereira's chin is even... Of course, Pereira's been knocked out, but Pereira's been knocked out by Adesanya, the who's who. Khalil hasn't shown that level of chin. Okay, so for me, I just think it's going to be the Pereira show. It's going to be tough. It's going to be risky. Excuse me. Anything can happen. I just don't think Khalil has a range, the chin, the years of experience that Pereira has. Coach, if Rountree wins, UFC is rigged. That's from Rainbow. No, it wouldn't be, guys. Guys, let me tell you something. A fight at this level, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Shama by TKO, round 2. That's from Emits. I would probably agree with that. Yeah, round 2 sounds just right. Coach, thoughts on Diddy? That's from Rainbow. Rainbow, let's talk about that later. Now we're not talking about freak-offs just yet. We're talking about this fight. I know you guys are gonna get bored of this fight. I know it's like not the most intriguing fight. It's not a fight we gotta split hairs about. But let's talk about it just for a few minutes, okay? Because we're only 8 minutes in, and let's just talk about this fight for a little bit. They didn't want Ankalaev to take the belt and have another wrestling heavyweight champion, so you get Rountree. That's from Mr. Young Hegelian. Guys, do you agree with Mr. Hegelian? Let me tell you something. He's a Hegelian. He's amazing. He subscribes to the philosophy of Hegel. He's a very intelligent man, this man. Listen to him. Mr. Young Hegelian is saying something very interesting. Look what he's saying. He's saying they didn't want another Ankalaev. They didn't want Ankalaev to take the belt and have another have another wrestling heavy champion. So you get Rountree. There might be some serious truth to this. There might be some very serious truth. You have Bilal Muhammad. You have now who just beat, we just covered it last time, Merab. We have Merab now, the takedown machine, who's not really finishing anybody yet. Hopefully that comes up soon. Do you want another wrestling champion? It could be a problem for the brand. So you get a banger. You get 2 guys who are going to slug it out. Poatan has experience fighting high altitude. That's Khalil. That's from Tito. Where is this fight actually? Hold on a second. That's I didn't even know. I didn't even look to see where it is. Hold on a second. Where is this fight taking place? This fight is taking place in, hold on, what center here? Ooh, Salt Lake City, guys. This is high altitude. That's right. Ooh, Salt Lake City, Utah. Man, I don't envy guys who have to fight in Salt Lake City. This is a very tough environment. High altitude makes a massive difference. I hope Khalil Rountree is there 3 weeks ago. I agreed with the Champions Wrestling theory. That's from Flag Ground. Guys, I think a lot of people think that. A lot of people. We got to have a balance of striking and wrestling champions, or we have to change the rules so the strikers can also have their day in the sun. You know, I find that the rules are kind of tough on the striker, because think about it. So many of the rounds they're won by a takedown. And the wrestler's just timing, kind of not engaging the striking, running around, not engaging the striking. And then when the time is right, he shoots, takes you down, holds you, just eats up the clock for 2 minutes, and then nothing happens. He circles around, and all of a sudden, he wins. You know, he does that like rinse and repeat, does it again. Now, I'm not saying all fighters do that. I'm not saying all wrestlers do that. No. I'm just saying some have gotten away with big fights like that. Now, I'm not talking about the champs that are currently there, but I think we have to show. I think a good rule would be that the takedown, you have to do something with it. And of course, they've tried to implement this. You have to do something with it. And it can't be a defensive takedown. Like, you're hitting me. I'm losing the striking. I'm not doing well. And then I take you down and I hold you. I just hold you on for dear life. And then I wait for the bell rings. And then you guys give me the round. That makes no sense. I think if you get a takedown, you have to improve your position, a dominant position, or you have to land some kind of damage. If not, the takedown shouldn't count for anything. Because why did I take you down? You know, what was the point of me taking you down? I'm trying to get an advantage. Or it should count as the takedown was a slam. Okay, that should count. That means I could have hurt you if we weren't on a nice matted surface. I should ground and pound. I should be able to strike you. Or I should be able to maneuver into a more dominant position where I'm threatening submissions. I think these are the 3 viable things that should make the takedown count. But if I just take you down and you land in your guard and I'm holding you for dear life, I don't think that should count for anything. Actually, I think it should help the other guy, because I'm hitting you and you so badly, you can't trade with me. You gotta hold me on the ground and let that clock drain. That means you're losing. In my opinion, sometimes fighters who are losing get the win. But again, that's just my crazy interpretation. A lot of upsets in Utah, such as Kamaru and Gaethje. That's from Hani. Yeah, Kamaru was that where he got head kicked? I think it was in Utah. That's right. Which fight did Gaethje lose in Utah? I can't recall. Which one was that? Coach, what type of mentality do you think Roundtree has? I feel like he's seems unstoppable, but we've also seen him look almost weak, similar to Edmund Shabazian. Any thoughts? That's from Charles. Well, I haven't been listening to his interviews or anything like that, but look, he's a hard hitter and he knows it. Usually hard hitters, they're very, very confident. You know, they feel like, hey, if we exchange, even though I might be on the losing end here and there, I know that I just have to land one or two and I win the fight. So when you have that kind of power, that fight-ending power with one shot, and believe me, Khalil has that. Khalil Rountree has that kind of fight-ending power. He's a very, very dangerous man. You got that fight-ending power. Nobody's expecting you to win. It's such a great formula because you go in there, relax. Look, if I lose, everybody was expecting me to lose. But if I land this one, and there's a chance I land this one, there's a very good chance, I'll shock the world. So he's going in there with everything. Because look at the poll now. We're at 84% for Pereira. Okay? 84-16. Nobody's really expecting Khalil Rountree to win. I haven't looked at the odds. I try to avoid seeing the odds because I want to do this podcast like fresh, you know, my own thoughts. But Khalil Rountree knows that if he connects on the chin, he can end anyone. And I believe that. I believe that's really true. He's very dangerous, guys. Don't sleep on him. That's why I went 65-35 because a lot of people are going to be 80-90% in the favor of Pereira. No. When you have a guy who you're fighting has that much power, he put out Gogen Saki. Like, he's dangerous.